everyone. Welcome to the Spotlight Realty Network. Hey, I'm here with my really good friend and amazing agent, Champagne Mora. Say hi.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
So we are actually here. Sorry if we're getting blown up a little bit, but it is sunny in Southern California today.
Oh, what a pity.
I know. And
I mean, someone's got to live in California, right?
someone's got to do it. And let me just show you real quick. Hopefully you can see some of this. We're actually sitting here in this beautiful marina. And what we're doing here today is just having a little bit of a mastermind around, women in business. And
Yes.
coming upon that topic, we thought we would talk about the work-life balance, right? So I want to know what you guys are all doing in terms of keeping a work-life balance. Do you have certain steps that you take, or what is it that makes you have a balance between your business and your personal life? So I thought I would
Ask some
ask
questions.
Champagne. I thought, ask us some questions. I thought I would ask Champagne some amazing questions because, you've been in this business for how long?
Oh wow, are you trying to age me here?
No.
I've been in the business since 1999,
1999.
and obviously I started in it thinking that I could do this part time. Part time doesn't work, but I did get my foot in the door, and now I just do all of Southern California. I've been doing this both in commercial and residential for quite some time now.
Yeah. And so you've been in the business enough to know that it can be very consuming, right? So what are some of the things for you what are the, I want exact steps, productivity coaching, coach coming from what are the actual action steps to not just in theory, but what are some of the things that you might do to actually make sure that you have time for your family? I know your daughter's in real estate as well.
Well,
And,
she is now.
She is now, but she wasn't always, right? So
No.
when they were younger, both of your daughters, what were you doing to make sure that you had time for them as well?
Well, I always get people that ask me questions about success in real estate and how did I do it. I always tell people there's no such thing as an impossibility as long as you put your mind to something. I had both of my kids at toe, meaning that I would bring them to open houses. I do their homework at the open house. I would take them door knocking with me. Sometimes they would answer by phone, even though they're little kids. But there was great conversation piece because I was more relatable to the person that I was helping, because they would have a family too, and they're like, "Oh no, bring them," So I found that the more I brought my kids, it actually helped my business more because people saw me as not just a salesperson, but a human being.
A human.
Yeah, a human being that was out there working.
You know what's so crazy is all the top leaders that I've heard from, including Gary Keller, he actually used to take people that he was interviewing to be leaders in his franchise. So when Gary Keller was starting Keller Williams, what he did was he would fly people in to Texas from all over the country and say, "Hey, do you want to be a franchisee?" And what they would come across is if they came on a Wednesday, he always had a lunch scheduled with his son. Always.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Right?
And then he would
And then
go
he would
meet
say,
them.
"Let's go to lunch," and they would go
Or someone
to...
would say to him, "Let's go to lunch," and he'd be like, "Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
And they didn't know that they thought they were going to go to some 5-star restaurant.
Correct.
And they end up going to his elementary school.
Elementary school. And there are still to this day, Gary says that there are people who were okay with that, and there are people who were not okay with that. And guess what? Guess who we're still in business with?
The ones that he was okay with.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference when people interact with each other in that form.
Absolutely,
Showing your
right?
human side, because, come on, there's a lot of salespeople out there, and nobody wants to be known as just the next sales opportunity or the next deal. You're buying, they are entrusting you with the one thing, and that's the rest of their memories in their life and their family life. And good. They want someone that's going to have hands-on. That's why a lot of women do very well in this business, because they
care.
They care. They show. Well, I'm not saying that men don't, because we all know. Let's be inclusive. That they do care, but I think there is that stereotype that they see women as, they're the nurturers, they're the lovers, and they're the head of household. they could help us with that, with achieving that goal.
Yeah, totally. You know, going back to that real quick, I mean, yeah, I think that it's so important that you're picking the people that are the right people for you. It's not about being a bad person or a good person to be in business with, right? But it's about, are you the right fit?
Right.
And so when we're picking people who we want to be in business with, it's very important to have them be the right fit and to have them support the same values, which what we're talking about today is the family, right?
And in addition to that, I think that because of now social media and everyone getting more involved, and this is how they find their agents, we need to stand out with that personal customer experience.
Yeah.
How else will you stand out? I mean, if you got your kids at toe, there's no excuse. So for all those people that are thinking about becoming a realtor and they are thinking, hey, you know, what can I do, or how can I get that experience? You know, she could show you, I could show you a couple of little different things that we've done, especially with someone that had 2 little kids at the same time, 18 months apart from each other, at toe, door to door.
Yeah.
It's not a gimmick, it's a necessity. We all have these things that we have to accomplish, and we all have the same 24 hours.
And those were your driving force.
That was my driving
That
force.
was like, I cannot fail. I have to do this.
They were my first accountability partners. So those were my accountability partners. They were the ones that kept me accountable, because guess what? There was going to be food at the table. There was going to be more opportunities for them to take, you know, any college courses, what have you.
Yeah.
Without them, you know, your accountability partners were the most important thing, and those 2 were definitely it.
That's so amazing. So what we're talking about, you know, really balancing the work and life, work and real life, I guess, your personal life. How do people balance their work and their personal life, like their business and their personal life? And I think that one of the key things is to always schedule the time up ahead of time to spend with your family. So one of the things that I've learned from a lot of bigger people, bigger entrepreneurs, bigger business owners, is that what they'll do is they'll take the next 6 months of their calendar and immediately, like, at this time and point and place, so it's almost November, right? So you should be taking your January through June and putting in your calendar that time that you're about to spend with your family, whether you know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing. In other words, if you want to take a vacation, put it in there now, right?
Right.
And I think that a lot of people, I hear a lot of people attesting to that. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because realistically speaking, and I like the fact that you said we're in November, because this is when we're taping this message, but as you know, we're really in February.
January or February, yeah.
So if you're thinking about, okay, this is what I want to do for your vacation, you need to do that now so that you can take that vacation. And for those Keller Williams agents, don't forget, family reunion is in February. So make your plans right now to get that done. Okay, that's my public service announcement right now. So go do that. And by the way, anyone that's taken family, or if you haven't gone to family reunion, you must go. So I'm talking to those Keller Williams agents, because you will get some nuggets. So if you're listening to this video on later on a play and so forth, that's great and fantastic. But you will get those nuggets at that event. I don't care if you're scared of flying, and I say that because
you're scared of flying?
Because I'm scared of flying, and I still somehow make it on that plane. So be there, be square, and then you will also meet these wonderful minds that will teach you all these wonderful things that you can, you know, learn. I mean, you would think that something as simple as, you know, putting something on your calendar is important, and oh, I know how to do that. But it's the way it's done is just as important, because I know someone that put a calendar together, but they don't follow the calendar. So it doesn't matter if you have a calendar, you must follow the calendar, because otherwise, why'd you put the calendar together?
Right. And you've got to have those reasons to follow the calendar.
Exactly.
Right?
But again, the accountability.
Accountability, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, when we're thinking about our family, we don't, everything that we're saying yes to in our business, we're also saying no to in our family world, right? You say yes to a networking
Yes.
event at night when you're supposed to be with your family, you're actually saying no to your family. So, what are you saying yes to that you could not be saying yes to? I think, you know,
I know where
in
you're going
so
with
many
this.
words.
I think I know where you're going with this,
Yeah.
Sonia, because the reality is, I talk to a lot of people and they ask me, what is it that you do that makes you so successful? And my answer is that I've become more efficient about where I use the word no.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go pick up the dry cleaning. Someone else can go do that, or it can be delivered to my home. Because
Yeah.
I've got something else more important to do.
Yeah.
I got to go listing presentation or go door knock or what have you. I don't have to go pick up my kids from school, although I don't have little ones anymore, but someone else can go pick them up, because you can get a network of friends going together, and each one can take the turns. There are so many things that you can do more efficiently. Tony Robbins has mastery business class that he talks about this the entire week, about how to work your time more efficiently, so that you have
leverage.
that. And leverage
So,
leverage.
with free leverage or paid leverage, whichever way you want to go, there are different ways to make sure that your time counts where it needs to count, right?
Absolutely.
So,
like I've always said, if you don't hire a maid, you are the maid.
you are the maid. Or if you're going through your email, like every freaking email you get, if you're just working through all your junk mail, you're working at the post office, buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
That's an
not your
admin
job.
job, by the way.
Yes,
That's
that's
an
not your
admin
job. Yeah, are you the agent doing that? Are you working at the post office? No. You should not be doing that kind of stuff, right?
By the way, I could be doing my email right now, but I'm here doing this video right now. Oh, and having a cocktail, because we gotta multitask.
Yes. So we've had some great conversations today around women in business, and
Do we have any questions here? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I can't see. Hi, Tiffany. Work smarter, not harder. Of course. Yes. Totally. All about that.
Anybody have a question that we can kind of relay here to the folks that are on? If you got a question, give us a question. Anything, as long as it's not too personal. But go ahead. You were finishing up. You were saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Leveraging.
women in business, we tend to have this like need to take care of everything, because we used to be the home
The
makers,
CEO
the
of the
homemakers.
homemaker.
Yeah, the homemakers. And we would do the home, and we would do all these other things and take care of the kids and kitchen and everything, right? Historically speaking, not me.
Right.
Historically speaking. And what happened was, then all of a sudden now we're in a workforce as well, and yet we haven't given up any of that. So
Right.
we're doing all of it. And we can, because we're amazing.
But we don't have to.
And we don't have to. And is it preventing you from going to get something bigger? Are you
Tangible.
saying no to something else because you're thinking, God, I got to do all these 27 things this way and all these people that depend on me? So, yeah,
Right.
I would encourage you to think about leverage. What is the leverage that you have in your world that's free?
Right.
I'm not talking about paying a babysitter or a maid or anything. If you can afford that, great. If you can't, think about where this leverage can come from. You can and you will go and be that leader that you need to be. And I think that that's really important to
Right.
see in today's world.
Right.
So,
Check to see if we have a question while I
okay,
sit.
I make a great living as a nanny, household manager. I know, Tiffany is amazing. So, my friend Tiffany, she is a full-time nanny for, whichever family at whatever time, and she does a great job at doing that. And I think that that's something that someone could leverage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
There are people who are amazing caregivers where, you can really leverage that and have a great setup.
I always tell people, like, I own income property, and I guess I could manage my own income property, but the truth of the matter is, why should I do that?
Right.
I should just hire someone to do it for me. That's why someone else can go pick up any of the rents, or make sure that the grass is cut, have a plumber go out there. I can do other things. I don't need to spend my
Right.
time doing that.
And there's definitely like that's the whole balance of it, right? Like it employs people, but it also, that's the whole point.
Exactly.
We have people who can do that. I'm sorry about the light on my face, and I think that that's really important to realize. Like, I think a lot of women are just like spreading themselves so thin
Right.
because they're doing everything. They're
Right.
doing every single piece of it. So when we're talking about work-life balance, one of the things that I would say is, you're allowed to invest in yourself, which means go to the things that you need to go to. Go to the events, the networking events, the growth summits, the women's empowerment groups, whatever it is that you gotta go to. And this is not just for women, by the way. It's the same for men. Like, you wanna have a balance. Yes, you do need to invest in yourself, and then when you go home, you also need to just be able to set aside the phone and not be on the phone at all times.
Can I do
think.
something here?
Yeah.
I just want to
Please.
let all of you guys know, as realtors or business entrepreneurs, I'm giving you permission to hire to the things that you don't want to do.
Right.
You don't want to clean the house? Hire a maid. You don't want to go ahead and take out the trash? Have someone come by and do it for you. As a realtor, you don't want to put up those signs? Hire a college person to go put up those signs for you on the weekends. You have other things more important to do. You want to go be at that baseball game, at that at the basketball game on Friday night, or football game on Friday night. Do that. The reason we work is to fund a perfect life,
Yeah.
not so that we can work for a living.
Right.
Do you get that? So if we can do that, we're all going to be a lot happier for it. That's it. I'm off my
And
soapbox.
and the purpose of business is to fund the perfect life. And so this is why we're here, and this is why I wanted to start doing these videos, because I think that that's really important, right? We work so hard all the time, and while that's great, why are you working? What is the purpose here? And let's make sure we keep that work and life balance and business and life balance, and some concrete things to do is to put those date nights or put those vacations in your calendar for like the next 6 months, even if you don't know where you're going, because believe me, something or someone is going to fill that time.
Exactly.
Unless you already have it booked out. So
Exactly.
that's my one thing that I would say. What's your one thing?
Well, just to hire someone. I give you permission
Leverage.
to go hire someone, leverage those people. You don't have to cut your own grass. Hire
Yeah.
someone. You don't have to, manage
Be
your
where
own
you're
properties.
needed, and
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to cook. You could hire a cook. They've got so many services that just bring you food at your house. You don't have to do any of those things. Life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, and I would say one more thing, just to piggyback on her, is, if you're a single mom or somebody struggling with
Single dad.
work-life balance, single dad, whoever, maybe you're taking care of somebody else, there are free resources as well. And all you need to do is ask people, like, hey, who do you know? What's going on over here? What's happening here?
Right.
And, I think a lot of people who care about you will get behind you and help you. If they can't help you, they'll help you find something. And that's the whole key. We
Right.
just need to know what people need.
Right.
And we can hopefully help them. Time block your calendar for the next 6 months in terms of what you need with your family, okay? Hire for leverage or find leverage
Right.
somewhere, right?
Right.
What else? I think those are two pretty good things.
Take time out for yourself.
and
Whatever
focus on your
that
personal
is.
growth. Yeah.
My thing is karaoke or a nice long bath.
Karaoke or nice long bath. I love it. My thing is definitely karaoke.
So whatever your fun thing is, do that once a week.
Yeah. Put
Take
it in your
yourself
calendar.
out.
You know what? That's a really important thing, because I think a lot of people, they really feel bad for putting time on the calendar for
I'm
just
giving
on
you
Saturday.
permission to do exactly that.
However, you do need that. You need that,
that
or you
balance.
need thinking time, or you need, yes, that is the balance,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so those are our 2 cents for today.
This is Champagne Mora.
That's Champagne Mora. And my name is Sonia. And look at this beautiful place we're at.
Ow.
My God. I mean, I am so lucky. I can't even tell you. So I apologize for the sunbeams on my face. But we're going to check out and let you guys go on your own ways. Good luck, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.